What's up, everybody? John here from What's Johnny Watching, your place for physical media reviews and collecting. And today, I decided to start a new segment on my channel called Where's the Blu-Ray? Where I will showcase 5 titles that I have in my DVD collection that I would absolutely love to see get released on Blu-ray. Now, if these studios would go ahead and release these in the coming years or weeks or months, hey, I'll be glad to take all the credit for it. And if they decide not to, then I will receive none of the blame, because that's how I am. It's not my fault. So, if you guys want to see more of this stuff, or if you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell, because I would absolutely love it to keep bringing you guys more of this stuff. So, without further ado, here is my first 5. Starting off, Pushing 10. This was released in 1999 from Mike Newell. It stars John Cusack. He's an air traffic controller who is one of the best at what he does. He pushes 10, like the title implies. He's able to get planes in and out of airports with, no hassle, no fuss, and he's the best at what he does. Until the day that Billy Bob Thornton comes to town and sort of challenges his position as who the best is. This is a great movie, and it also stars Cate Blanchett as Cusack's wife and Angelina Jolie as Billy Bob Thornton's wife, and they end up cheating on each other with each other. It's just weird, but overall it is a really good movie. And I mean, you've got 3 Academy Award winners in this, and yet this doesn't have a Blu-ray. But I mean, I guess it's Fox, which is now owned by Disney, so I guess that's the reason. Number 2, Disorderlies. Now, those of you who are old enough to remember this and old enough to remember the Fat Boys, you know that this was a funny movie back in the late 80s. Now, this was made when the Fat Boys were at their height in their popularity. They had just come off of doing Crush Groove, which essentially is the story of how Def Jam Records was made. And they play these bumbling orderlies who are hired to take care of a ailing millionaire, while his nephew, who is a degenerate gambler, wants to try to essentially kill him off so he can take all of his money. And it's funny. Yes, it's kind of dumb, but it's late 80s cheese. I enjoyed it. They play a lot of their music in it, and it's really great. And at the very end, the Beach Boys show up, which leads into what the Fat Boys did on their next album, because they had the crossover hit with the Beach Boys. They did their version of Wipeout. And this also stars an Academy Award winner, Ralph Bellamy, who you'll remember from Trading Places and Coming to America. He was given his honorary Academy Award. That's what he got it. He was an honorary Academy Award. But he got it, I believe, right before this movie was released in theaters. I'd like to see this upgraded to Blu-ray. Number 3. What About Bob? This is one of the best comedies of the 90s, if not one of the top 100 comedies that's ever been made. Directed by Frank Oz in 91, you have Bill Murray, who is he's seeking help. He has a lot of mental problems, and he's seeking help from Richard Dreyfuss, who plays Dr. Leo Marvin. And he's sort of dependent on Leo Marvin until Marvin he decides to take his family away on vacation, and Bob Wiley, it's Bill Murray, he can't stand not having his therapist around, so he decides to go track him down. And there's this, I don't want to say confrontation, but he has this meeting with him, and Leo says, just take a vacation. So Bob decides to take a vacation in the same location as Dr. Marvin. And it's just a week of just insanity, and of how Marvin tries to get his family and all the townsfolk to see how crazy this man is, and he's not crazy. They don't think he's crazy. They in turn make him crazy. It's just hilarious. I love this movie, and I know that there was trouble on the set with Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, how they still don't like each other to this day, but you couldn't tell it just from watching this. This absolutely needs to have a Blu-ray, but it's Touchstone, so that's Disney. We may never get that. Number 4. Not as one of the most popular spoof movies, but I still like it, and it sends up one of my favorite action films of the 80s in Lethal Weapon, and I'm talking about Loaded Weapon 1. You have Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson. John Lovitz is in this, and Kathy Ireland, William Shatner, Tim Curry. The great Tim Curry's in this. But they essentially spoof Lethal Weapon and Basic Instinct. I mean, it's wonderful. I love it. It's still funny, and there's cameos by Bruce Willis is in this, and essentially, Emilio Estevez is playing the Martin Riggs character, and Sam Jackson's playing the Roger Murtaugh character, and they're investigating the death of, my God, I believe it's raining outside. They're investigating the death of Samuel L. Jackson's partner, who's played by Academy Award winner Whoopi Goldberg, and it leads them to this Girl Scout cookie-esque company, which is run by William Shatner. It's just funny. I love it. And it also stars F. Murray Abraham, who has an Academy Award for Amadeus. So that's not bad. And last, certainly not least, this one has 2 Academy Award winners in it. The last 2 Academy Award winners that were announced this past year in the male acting categories. I'm talking about Encino Man. How does this not have a Blu-ray release as of yet? I don't get it. It stars Sean Astin, who was in Goonies and the Hobbit series, or the Lord of the Rings series. Pauly Shore. Yeah, it's Pauly Shore. And you have... They find a caveman when they're digging out to their swimming pool, and he finds a caveman, a block of ice, thaws him out, and it's a caveman. And instead of taking him to a laboratory or to the government, they decide to bring him to high school. So they think they can make both of those boys popular. But I remember when this came out in the early summer, late spring of '92. I had a blast watching this. And yes, you have Ke Huy Quan has a small role in this. He won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor this past year. And you have Brendan Fraser, who won the Academy Award for Best Actor. This, out of all of these I have here, this is the one that I want the most on Blu-ray. And this needs to happen. But it's Disney. It'll probably never happen. So, that's my first 5 I have here. If you think I've got them, what would you like to see on Blu-ray that's never been released on Blu-ray before? It's still on DVD. Let me know down in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell. So, until next time, what are you watching today?